In honor of LaMelo Ball's birthday, I decided it was about time to make another Charlotte Hornets video on this channel, but I did want to talk about one thing, and that was the emerging duo of LaMelo Ball, who is now number one, and James Bouknight, who is now number two. Bouknight is really about to shock some people. Of course, we still have Terry Rozier. He will still be on the team. We're going to be talking about his role in this video, so make sure you stick around. Also, Miles Bridges. What's the deal with him? Maybe by the time this video is released, we'll have some more clarity on that situation. But yeah, we're going to be talking a lot about the Hornets today, so make sure you hit the like button and subscribe button if you do enjoy at any point. And with all that being said, let's go ahead and get started. Looking out a couple of breakout years. The first one coming from LaMelo Ball. Looking at his numbers last year, 20.1 points per game, 6.7 rebounds a night, and 7.6 assists. True triple-double threat at any given or on any given night. 43% from the field and 39% from three last year. Wasn't three-point his weakness coming into the draft? And with Miles gone, there's now 20 points per game up for grabs, so he's going to be having a lot more touches, a lot more volume. And yeah, only just now turning 21 years old, finally legal, but he's been averaging 20 points a game in the NBA for a little while. The sad thing is the Hornets are paying Nick Batum more than LaMelo Ball right now, which is something we need to improve upon. A big year coming as well for James Bouknight, as we just mentioned. Taking a look at his college numbers, his sophomore year at UConn, he averaged 19 points a game, 6 rebounds, shooting at 45% from the field, 29% from three, which could be a little concerning. But when you look at the tapes, this man was taking some of the most outrageous threes just because he was the only guy really on that UConn squad. When he played in the G League last year for 7 games, he put up 27 a night, as well as 7.4 rebounds and 6.4 assists. Truly a do-it-all bucket. There was a reason he was taken with the 11th overall pick. Still don't know why Borrego didn't play the man last year. But last year when he did play, averaged 4.8 points, 1.7 rebounds, shooting at 35% from the field in 10 minutes a game, and did have that 24-point night against Philadelphia, which is a big bright spot for us. Now, somebody that is underrated as well, Terry Rozier. We will talk about his role in the squad going forward. Last year, he averaged 19.3 points, 4.5 assists, and 4.3 rebounds. But I see him, maybe not this year, but the year after, taking kind of a backseat role as he ages, taking a backseat role to James Bouknight, letting Bouknight start alongside of LaMelo Ball. That's two really long athletic guards that can help your defense. Terry was 44% from the field, 37% from three, and averaged 1.3 steals per game last year. But like I said, I think before long he takes the backseat to Bouknight. We are paying Terry a lot of money, so he's still going to be the sixth man. He's still going to be that guy off the bench that scores all the points for us. But like I said, wouldn't be surprised if that happens before long. Running it back, we already brought back Steve Clifford, who very solid coach. He's already proven he can get close to 50 wins with a below-average Charlotte team that really only had that really only had the man Kemba Walker, who we do have a spot for. Bring the man home. There is, not home, but bring him back, I guess you could say. There's a huge gap at the backup point guard spot, and unless we're banking on James Bouknight to play both the backup point guard and the backup two guard minutes, then we need to bring somebody in, and I couldn't think of really anybody better than Kemba Walker, my favorite player growing up. I honestly hope he does come back. He's not even that old. His knees have just been failing him in the last couple of years, and he hadn't even played that much. So hopefully we do bring him back. There have been rumors of possible reunion there. Now some wings that need to step up. Of course, Miles Bridges, down for the count. He's in jail right now, so we need some of these guys to step it up. Kelly Oubre, we need him to shoot better than 34% from three this year. I mean, that's just got to happen. 15 points a game, I'm very fine with that. Just need him to get a little more efficient. Gordon Hayward, it's obvious. Can you please just play a full season? I mean, he's one of our better players, more well-rounded players, and he hadn't even played in a postseason game yet. I mean, I know we've only played in 2, but we're paying the man $30-something million. Jalen McDaniels, I'm expecting him to step up, one of the guys that I expect to break out this season. And then Cody Martin, straight up, you gotta prove that you were worth the money that we paid you this offseason. We paid you to be an elite defender and a good three-point shooter, so we need that out of you this year as one of our best perimeter defenders. Now, a couple more breakout seasons that I expect this year. Of course, P.J. Washington. That's kind of a given with, coming into last year, him and Miles Bridges were 1A, 1B. Who was going to be the better player? Who was going to get that extension? Miles straight up played better than him last year, so I'm expecting PJ to not let that opportunity go through his hands twice. I expect him to have a big time year. And then Kai Jones, who was very disappointing in the Summer League, I expect that to change. That Summer League roster was just weird. Didn't really have a true point guard. There was 4 centers on the roster, and those were our 4 best players. It was like the trust the process 76ers. I expect him to thrive a lot more with LaMelo as an actual starting point guard than Tyshawn Alexander. No offense to Tyshawn, but starting center, hopefully sooner rather than later, it becomes Mark Williams. Right now it's Mason Plumlee, and I don't really like that too much. Plumlee, he can do a little bit of everything offensively. Can't do really anything great, though. Mark Williams, he's so big and so long. He's got like a 9'9" standing reach. He's 7'2" with shoes on because, of course, basketball is played with shoes on. And then, hopefully sooner rather than later, he's the rim protection that we've been needing since Alonzo Mourning left a long time ago. It's been that long. But hopefully he can be the rim-protecting, rim-running center that we need to pair up with LaMelo Ball. Now, the young bigs. We just talked about Kai a little bit. But JT Thor as well, who probably had the best Summer League, showed the most potential during the Summer League, where he had that game where he almost had 30 points towards the end of it. Kai, like I said, I expect him to play a lot better when paired up with an actual point guard so he can use his athleticism and rim-running ability to its full potential. But if you put Kai Jones and Mark Williams out there at the same time, nobody's getting a layup off. I mean, that's how good that defense would be. You also got JT Thor in there as well that you can throw in off the bench. Now, roster spots. Should they bring either of these two guys in? LiAngelo Ball, that would be simply to keep LaMelo happy. Kind of the Kostas Antetokounmpo role. Or not Kostas. What's his name? Thanasis. I can't pronounce names. And then Scotty Lewis. He's a dog defensively. Can we bring him in? If we need some more guard minutes, he could be a guy that could come in, lock up off the bench, be that gritty guy, and I think that would be very good for the culture. Now, taking a look at the lineups, we're keeping it the same here. This is kind of how it was going into last year when people couldn't figure out if Miles or PJ was starting. LaMelo Ball at the starting point guard, Terry Rozier at the starting 2 spot. Like I said, before long, I would not be surprised if James Bouknight does take the starting point guard or starting 2 guard spot away from Terry Rozier just because of, the length and athleticism that you could have between LaMelo and James Bouknight. That would be a great backcourt defensively, and God, they both are just automatic buckets. That would be one of the most fun offenses to watch. Gordon Hayward, please just play a full season, dude. And don't get hurt, please. And then in the front court, PJ and Mason Plumlee. The bench, this is if we bring Kemba Walker in. The bench is pretty deep when you talk about wings. If you're not bringing Kemba in, then James Bouknight is going to have to play in the backup 1 minutes with Cody Martin playing the backup 2. That gets Jalen McDaniels more minutes, which I'm a big fan of. I think that man needs way more minutes. 50% from the field, 40% from 3 last year. Super efficient, but he only averaged 7 points in limited minutes. Kelly Oubre, like I said, just need him to shoot it better than 35%. We were like 20-7 last year when he shot better than 35% from 3. The fact that he only shot better than 35% from 3 in 27 games is a bit concerning, though. And then the young bigs. Which one of these guys is going to make their statement this year? It'll probably be Mark Williams. He's going to start the year off as the backup center. Jones and JT Thor will probably compete for backup power forward minutes. But hopefully, sooner rather than later, we get Mark Williams in that starting lineup. Clifford didn't really love to play the young guys whenever he was here with Charlotte the first time around. But Borrego didn't play the young guys at all. So hopefully, it'll be a little bit better. with that being said, that's going to be it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure the like button and the subscribe button if you did enjoy at any point. Trying to be optimistic with my Hornets here. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on the Hornets down in the comments below. And with all that being said, thank you so much for watching today's video.